Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings in our area now. So we're going to continue with the stream here as we are tracking these severe thunderstorm warnings moving across our area. One thing that we don't need any more of is the rainfall, and our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to the Temple area here for us all. And I've been seeing hashtags across social media, hashtag T-Strong, hashtag Temple Strong. And I know at this time all of us are coming together in the recovery from yesterday's severe storms as we continue to deal with more right now. We're going to keep you all informed and give you all the quick update on these current cells that are moving across Goldthwaite event. You see a lot of lightning embedded with these storms. These storms have a lot of energy, very strong and powerful storms right now, and we could possibly see winds gusty up to about 50 to 60 miles per hour, along with the chance for hail. And that's why a severe thunderstorm warning is in place, due to those gusty winds and the chance for hail falling. And as we're taking a check inside the storm now, based off our radar indications, we could see hail up to about 1 inch in size. So we're talking pocket change size hail, but with these 1 inch in 1 inch in hail sizes, they could possibly cause damage as well. And we could even see some hail greater than 1 inch falling. And as we have been tracking these storms over the last couple of hours or so, we've seen storms a little over 1 inch in size. And here, as we look near Goldthwaite, we're talking potentially up to 1.5 inches. So again, hail that is large enough to cause some damage. So be mindful of that as we continue to track these severe thunderstorm warnings moving across the area. And they're in effect until 12:30 here. Again, we're going to keep you updated on the live stream. Luckily, though, within these storms, we're not seeing any prominent rotation. That's what we're taking a check of right now, looking at our velocity. But again, those winds are strong in the storm, and we can see winds gusty up to about, there we go, about 20 to 30 miles per hour for one record, and then also gusty up to 40. So that's what we've been seeing, and the National Weather Service has been dropping in the chat throughout the day that winds could get gusty between 40 to 50 miles per hour, and we even seen some even gusty up to 60. So very breezy conditions out there. Hopefully you still have all of your outdoor items brought in or secured from yesterday's storm, because we're going to see more moving across the area over the next several hours. They kind of just been sitting there right now. That train of storms that is moving across Goldthwaite all the way to Gatesville have kind of been sitting in that area. Now Waco, you could be added to these severe thunderstorm warnings here soon, because those storms are headed into your area. Again, zooming out to see all the lightning within these storms. And again, that's one cell. Now the cell that's near Marlin, they have expired their severe thunderstorm warning, but it's still definitely heavy rain moving across the area, and we can still see hail within that storm also. So we're going to keep our eye on the radar throughout the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. And then sadly, this is not the only round of rain we can expect today. Later on this evening, we still have that possible chance as well, but we'll be live on TV here shortly with another update for you all. So keep it tuned here, right here with 6 News Weather Team. We have all of our meteorologists here in the building today as we continue to track these storms moving in.
true.
Mic check 10-9-8765.
Good morning to you, Central Texas. Welcome here to Texas Today. I'm Michael Wilson.
Sorry, my mic was muted. Yes, mic check 1, 2. Thank you.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Jasmine Caldwell. Thank you so much for joining us.
And I'm Michael Wilson. We are getting some brand new information this afternoon about a tornado that touched down in Temple. We heard this information at a news conference that wrapped up about an hour ago. We brought it to you live. We learned that there are 30 injuries, more than 500 homes and businesses. They were destroyed or damaged, and there are still multiple traffic lights out, and more than 40,000 people in Temple alone still do not have power. Now, West Adams, we know that saw the majority of the damage.
Yep, that's right. And that's where we find 6 News reporter Mike Rogers. He's joining us from that location right now. And Mike, what is the damage looking like where you are?
Well, guys, the crews out here on West Adams Avenue have been out here since the early morning hours. And you can take a look behind me, the debris pretty much stretching as far as the eye can see. This entire stretch of road, not only on this side, but on the opposite side of the road, has debris, whether that be downed power lines, downed telephone poles, chairs that were ripped from businesses' porches and patios, as well as sidings and rooftops that have blown into the parking lots. None of these parking lots are even accessible because they are being blocked by those power lines at this time. Now, there are crews by the dozens now on this side of the street and on that side of the street, whether they be roofers or linemen, all working to get this mess picked up. If you can take a look behind me, there's actually a car that has a window bashed out, and the one next to it, a window bashed out, and the one next window bashed out. That just tells you a little bit about the severity of this tornado and the storm and the wind that brought along with it. Now, from the road, it has been cleared out for now. They have shut down the right-hand side and the left-hand side, or I should say the left and right-hand shoulders of the road to allow for safety precautions for these workers. The middle lane is still accessible for going through traffic. But at this time, workers are just trying to, you can hear the jackhammers right now trying to dig into the ground and get it to a point where these telephone poles can be lifted up and laid on the ground as to not cause any more damage if they were to fall. And they're going to be coming out later today and into the night to put in new poles and, as they hope, get the city back up and running with power once again, guys.
Okay, Mike, thank you. Well, we're here to help those of you affected. So if you live in Temple, listen up. Here are some numbers you will want to keep near you. Now, if you need to report a power outage or down power line, you can call 888-313-4747 or visit encore.com/outages. Now, if you need to report down trees, call 254-298-5682, and for any gas and emergency leaks, call 911.
And right now, we also know that the city of Temple opened the Wilson Recreation Center as a shelter. You can call that number on your screen if you do need a ride. Take a picture if you must. But we want to get to the weather with meteorologist Aviana Smith, who has a look at our forecast because we are still under a flood watch until tomorrow morning.
That is right, Micah. Thank you so much. As we continue to track these storms that are moving across central Texas right now, you see a lot of lightning embedded within these storms. That yellow polygon that you see from Goldthwaite to Gatesville is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in place here, and it probably will continue to extend into the Waco area over the next few minutes as this polygon will expire at 12:30, but it will continue again as you see that train of storms, very strong storms moving across the area. You just seen all the lightning embedded within them, and as we take a closer view at these storms right now, you can see those deep pink colors is that hail core, and we have seen hail between about 1.5 inches to up to an inch, at least an inch up to 1.5 inches, I should say. And then what we're looking at right now inside the storm is the velocity in the storm, and so showing some of those strong winds that we have seen reports of winds gusty up to about 40 and 50 miles per hour. And we will keep you all informed on our live Facebook here as I toss it back to the desk. Stay with us. We're going to continue to track these storms.
All right, thank you so much, Aviana. And before we go, we want to let you know that Belton ISD rescheduled graduation. We'll see you later.
now it goes until 1:15 over Adamsville, Event, Piteco now added into this severe thunderstorm warning once again. So we've been dealing with this trail of storms on and off again throughout the rest of the day. Now Gulf Wade, I should mention, you all are in the clear, moving along Highway 183 there. We're seeing some clearing, still a little bit of heavy rainfall in the area to the north, but mostly clearing now. This trail of storms continues to push towards the east and now into Adamsville there, where you'll see a circle in just a moment there, where Matt is over there circling or kind of putting that arch on where we could possibly see a chance for some rotation. Now, as of right now, again, it's only a severe thunderstorm warning, but we're going to keep a close eye on that, and it could possibly see something more turning. And if we do get any more turning, and we're going to keep our eye here looking inside the storm on the velocity there, where we just kind of put that little nudge at, you can kind of see the distinction here on our velocity as well. So if we get any more, a little bit of spinning or a little bit of more circulation, then we could possibly see ourselves in a tornado warning here soon. But again, not the case right now, only a severe thunderstorm warning, but we're definitely going to keep a close eye on that little area of possible circulation. Looks like it's trying to do a little spinning there, but we know that this storm is dumping a lot of heavy rainfall. Now flash flood warnings that are in place until about 2:30. So we have 2 hours under flash flood warnings as we deal with rounds and rounds of rainfall. And we have seen up to about 2 to 3 inches of rain in this area already in more of our northern counties today. Again, near Gulf Wade, Hamilton, Gatesville. You all have been getting a lot of heavy rain for hours now, and we're seeing up to about 3 inches of rain possibly in that area. That's why we have that chance for flash flooding. Taking a little bit of more of a wider view here, as now some more rain picking up again, headed towards the east. So near Waco, Mahia, Fairfield, now all of you all are seeing the rain and getting ready to be on the train for this train of storms that is moving into your area here soon. Again, the train has ended for Gulf Wade. You all are now behind these storms, but again, through the rest of the day today, this is not the only rain that we can expect. We can say this is about round 1, but more like round 50 for us, as we've been seeing rain week after week after week, and we definitely don't need any more. But since we are getting it, ways to prepare is avoiding traveling right now, especially if you are in the Gulf Wade area. Again, flash flood warnings in that area for you all still, even though the storms have passed. Again, near Hamilton, Gatesville, this is where the heaviest rain is moving across the area, and that'll be the case for the next several hours. Again, not seeing any slacking up of these storms. If anything, they are intensifying just a bit. There's that flash flood warning you just seen pop up there, that light greenish color polygon, and that flash flood warning is in effect until 2:30. Severe thunderstorm warning in place until 1:15. Again, hail within these storms. We know we got reports already of about quarter-size hail that was dropping in Troy earlier, and then even when we look inside the storm, we had seen hail up to about 1.5 inches and slightly over. So as we look near Adamsville, where that hail core is right now, possibly near 1.5 inches. Once again, seeing that hail size up to about 1.5 inches in that area. So we know that this storm is capable of producing hail, and based off radar, we could be seeing that right now just to the slightly to the north of Adamsville, seeing hail in that area as well. Crawford as well, you all maybe begin to see some penny-sized hail to pea-sized hail moving in across your area before some of those stronger hail cores move in. But as of right now, not picking up anything or too much along that line of storms here as we continue to look inside the storm. But near Adamsville is where we're seeing the most prominent hail core, up to about 1.5 inches right there. So we're going to keep our eye on these storms over the next several hours, as we still have that severe thunderstorm warning in place until 1:15. Again, flash flood warning until 2:30, and that does extend over Gulf Wade into San Saba and even into near Gatesville over in that area. So we are still seeing heavy rain. Again, not the only rain we can expect today, even by later on this evening, we can expect more scattered showers and thunderstorms, isolated thunderstorms then, and so could possibly see another chance for that tornadic activity, but hopefully that won't be the case. But that's why we're here. We're going to keep our eyes to the skies for the remainder of the day, continuing to watch the radar. But since we had that newest update, I just wanted to jump on and let you all know what we're tracking. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning is here. It does include Lampasas as well as near portions of Killeen. Even though right now the heaviest rain is to the north, we could see some trickle off there, and so you all will be a part of this severe thunderstorm warning until 1:15. Again, we're going to keep our eye on that little notch that could possibly see some circulation or some rotation. So we're going to keep our eye on it. We're going to let you all watch the radar, and if anything changes, we'll be back on with an update. Yes, mic check 1, 2, 3. You got me?
Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2.
For the grid. Yeah, right now we do know that West Adams Avenue
Well, it is time for your 6 News update. I'm Jasmine Caldwell. Thank you so much for joining us.
And I'm Michael Wilson. We are following some brand new information this afternoon about a tornado that touched down in Temple. At a news conference which wrapped up about an hour ago, we learned that there were 30 injuries and more than 500 homes and businesses were destroyed and damaged. Right now, you're taking a look at some viewer video. Now, there are still multiple traffic lights out and more than 40,000 people in Temple alone still do not have power. Now, West Adams saw the majority of that damage.
Yeah, and we are just finding out that traffic on West Adams is at a gridlock. So if you're going that way, you probably don't need to be going that way. That's where we find 6 News reporter Mike Rogers. He is joining us now. And Mike, what is it looking like where you're at?
Well, Jasmine, you mentioned the traffic. It has been shut down on those shoulder lanes down to 2 lanes and the middle median dividing the traffic. So definitely slowed down to just about a gridlock as many of these lights remain out in the area. And the crews that were working here on West Adams actually just wrapped up a short time ago. They were actually trying to uproot that pole right behind me, getting to a safe space where they could cut off the power, and they haven't wrapped up for the day. They've moved on to a different part of the street to continue their work. But this entire stretch of West Adams Avenue that we're at right now is just cluttered with debris. But the crews are working to pick some of it up and transport it away. But just here on the sidewalk, there are power lines and the stripping down on the ground from a downed power pole, I should say, just further down the block. But if you can see on the if you could see into the parking lot, there is still debris from downed trees, from pieces of plywood that actually flew off of some of these buildings and some of these structures, and probably some of these telephone poles that have been laying in there. Now, at this time, there are still about 5 to 6 crews working throughout West Adams Avenue trying to safely remove some of those poles, as well as some workers working to repair roofs. But guys, that road to recovery just getting started after that tornado and storm blew through, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Mike. Be safe out there. We do want to turn over to meteorologist Aviana Smith.
Yeah, for a check of the forecast. Hey, Aviana.
Hey y'all, thank y'all so much as we continue to remain weather aware today because we're still tracking severe thunderstorms moving across the area. Luckily, as of right now, nothing like we seen yesterday. That is the great news, but heavy rain and a lot of lightning embedded within these storms getting ready to move over Gatesville just now. As we take a closer look in the storms, you can see those bright pops of pink, deep dark red colors showing that heavy rainfall that is over the area right now. This severe thunderstorm warning in place until 1:15. We're seeing some rain near Adamsville, and we were watching that area near Adamsville where we could possibly see some tighter circulation, and that is something that we don't want to see at all. But as of right now, it's looking like that circulation is just a little less, but definitely still seeing that prominent hail core. We've seen hail up to about at least up to and over 1.5 inches, and now right there where we're keeping our eye on that little bit of rotation and circulation within this storm here as we're currently looking inside the storm at our velocity, where that red is meeting the green is showing where those winds are converging together, and again, it could possibly bring us some circulation in this storm. But as of right now, that's not the case, only under a severe thunderstorm warning until 1:15 this afternoon. But again, a lot of hail has been dropped along with this system as it continues to move across Highway 84. They begin rounds and rounds of rainfall. That's why a flash flood warning is in place as well until 2:30 this afternoon. 6 News weather team is here and going to keep you all informed as we go throughout the remainder of the day. Again, for the next several hours, we're going to deal with a lot of rain. Still seeing that flash flood warning near Gulf Way and Evan. These storms are moving from west to east, and as they continue to push eastward, we can expect more rain heading into Crawford, now getting that heavy rainfall, and then into Waco here shortly as well. So again, that flash flood warning in place until 2:30. We're going to keep you all informed on our live stream on Facebook as well as on the Roku app. So if you have any questions on Facebook, you can drop them in the comments, and we will keep our eye on not only the radar, but as we continue to track these storms, we will keep you all informed again on 6 News at 5, 6, and 10. Y'all have a great day. All right, welcome back in. If you're on our live Facebook or on any of our apps on your TV, then we are keeping you all informed on what we're tracking right now, which is a flash flood warning in effect for the Gulf Wade area, where they just seen that round of storms move through, and a severe thunderstorm warning that is in place until 1:15. I know some of you all are asking about the audio. We were just live on our 6 News channel, and now we're back on our Facebook stream to keep you all informed as we watch the radar. Still dealing with this severe thunderstorm warning for another at least 15 minutes, which more than likely it will extend. Again, this storm hasn't lost any of its energy. It is a very strong system that is moving across the northern portions of our county right now, and that's about round 2 of the rainfall that we have seen so far today, and sadly more rain is to come as well. But right now, again, a flash flood warning in place until 2:30, a severe thunderstorm warning until 1:15. We know that this storm is capable of producing hail as well as very gusty winds, and according to the National Weather Service, we can see winds between 40 and 50 miles per hour and hail up to 1.5 inches and potentially over. So again, hail large enough to create some damage if it's moving across your area, and wind strong enough to possibly knock some trees over with the very saturated grounds that we already seen due to last night's severe weather, where we got rounds of rainfall over the area again. And we're still waiting on the confirmation from the National Weather Service to see if it was in fact, confirmed tornado on the ground. I know we've been getting reports in from the fire department that it was a confirmed tornado, and based on a lot of the pictures and imagery that we have seen submitted as well, then I can definitely understand why people would say that or see that it or confirmed that it was a tornado. But we're still waiting on that exact confirmation from the National Weather Service, and now we could possibly see some tightening in this storm here. We're watching some circulation, kind of see where you see Chief Meteorologist Matt Farrell drawing that little nugget or that nudge there that you see is that area of circulation that we could possibly be watching. And so the thing about severe thunderstorm warnings is that they could create some spin up as well. So quickly from a severe thunderstorm warning into a tornado warning within the blink of an eye, depending on the rotation that is within the storm. And that's what we're looking at here, our velocity scans, to see if we're seeing any of that tighter and distinct rotation, which we're kind of not so much impressive as it was before, as it was moving over Adamsville. But again, we're going to keep our eye on that and keeping our eye on the hail, because that's why this storm has a severe threat with it, because of the hail and again damaging wind gusts. And as we look near Pike Coke, it's about a little over 1 inch in hail size, and again that's large enough to create damage in your area. So keep that in mind as these train of storms continue to push towards the east. Again, moving west to east, still seeing multiple warnings in place. One is a severe thunderstorm warning until 1:15. So still a few more minutes under this particular warning that will more than likely extend as these storms again are not losing energy. But luckily though, we're seeing a smaller caboose, if we want to say. We've been calling it a train of storms, and that's because we see that line of clustered of thunderstorms continuing to move west to east in a straight line. But now it's a little shorter from what it was for. Matt, if you can you stop it back, take us back to about 12 when we were seeing a little more. There we go. You see here the storms about 12 headed into about 12:30 were extended from Gulf Wade all the way to Waco. You see it's a longer line of storms now, but if we put it in motion and play where we are at right now, you see those storms have kind of clustered together and that line is not as long. So that's what we want to see. That's great news there. But as also still seeing heavy rain within these storms, and again strong winds and hail possible. So they're not losing any energy just yet. They're just not as widespread as they were earlier today. And again, flash flood warning until 2:30. So even though the rain has moved away from Gulf Wade and out of the event area, you all are no longer dealing with the heavy rainfall. You're still dealing with the flash flood warning. So we could see those water over the roadways. If you are near any rivers, those rivers are possibly overflowing. So keep that in mind again with that flash flood warning in effect until 2:30. And again, zooming in closer where we're seeing the heaviest of the rain right now, moving into Gatesville here shortly. Gatesville has been seeing rain pretty much all morning as well. And now the heaviest of the storms is moving right across your area into Crawford here soon. And then Waco keeps getting mist, but Waco may see some on and off again, scattered showers. Moody has got mist, well, clipped earlier, but now you all are out of the way of the heavy rain. Same for Flat. You all may begin to see some scattered showers here shortly along Highway 35. The rain not approaching you all just yet, but over the next couple of hours, that could definitely be the case. And then by later on this evening, we could potentially see more rainfall moving in. So I just want to give you all that quick update right now. We're going to stay on and continue to track this storm here over the next, again, 10 minutes. And if the severe thunderstorm warning extends, we'll be back on to give you all more information. And then that's when we'll follow up with rainfall, try to get you all some rainfall totals in the area, as well as when the next round of rain will come in later on this evening and maybe even into our Friday morning, still dealing with the chance for rain. So right now, if you have any questions, we are monitoring the chat. You can drop them in there. We're going to keep our eye on the radar and you all can watch it with us. I'm going to step off screen here and we are going to mute our mic. So if you don't hear any sound, we are still here with you. We're just watching the radar. And if you have any questions, we'll jump back on or comment to you all in the chat. So we are here with you. So if you don't hear any sound, don't worry. We're still here, still watching the storms, and I'll give you all the next update once it comes in.
camera shot for sure. All right. Thanks for staying with us this morning this afternoon on our live stream here on all of our streaming platforms. If we can reset that shot, there we go. All right, so what has happened in the last 5 minutes? We have seen that severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Coryell County be extended. It now includes parts of McLennan County and Bell County as well at this hour. This storm is the one that we're watching is right here. It's got multiple cores here with potential hail falling throughout the course of this storm. We've also seen some gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour. And we also have this little inflow notch that we've been talking about just to the northeast of Pidcoke. We were watching this from when it was west over towards Adamsville. It has slid now all the way over to the northeast side of Pidcoke, moving off towards Flat. This entire system is moving off to the east. Now, the thing is with these storms, when they do start to get stronger, we can sometimes see them make a little bit of a right turn. Not seeing that just yet, but something just to keep in mind, and that's why this warning box, even though this storm is moving to the east, that's why this warning box does extend just a little bit farther south into parts of Bell County. So that would obviously not be ideal because we are still cleaning up in the city of Temple after, of course, what happened last night. Still waiting. A lot of the damage does seem to be consistent with a tornado. However, I'm still going to defer until the National Weather Service is able to complete all of their surveys and investigations before we call it a confirmed tornado. I know the fire department has already called it a confirmed tornado. The city of Temple has called it a confirmed tornado, but I'm still in the wait and see mode because a lot of the damage that I've seen also could be consistent with straight line winds. So again, it's going to be a matter of whether it was straight line winds or a tornado. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It was destructive, whatever came through last night. So that's what we're waiting on. We're still waiting on the damage survey. And so by the time we get to 6 News at 5 and 6 and 10, we should have an answer from the National Weather Service as to whether it was straight line winds or a tornado. But again, some of the damage is consistent with tornadic activity. Some of the damage is more consistent with straight line winds. You can always see that. We've seen pictures where, just fence lines were falling over like dominoes. That would be more of a straight line wind situation. So we're waiting to see more on that, and we will have all of that for you at 5, 6, and 10 tonight. But again, still watching this storm right now. Doesn't look as well defined, and we're seeing some of those cores kind of diminish just a little bit. Avion, if we could just take a look inside here and see what's going on with the hail and the winds. As far as the wind is concerned, not seeing much in terms of rotation anymore. You saw where that little notch was down there near Pidcoke. We didn't see maybe a little bit of broad rotation with the storm, but again, not seeing a lot there. Bigger story though, the hail up to about an inch there in the core, and that's kind of between Pidcoke and Gatesville. This is moving off towards Flat. So again, if you're in Flat, if you're along Highway 36 between Gatesville and Flat, this is heading your direction. And again, that hail is up to about an inch. That last scan about 0.8, but we've seen it as large as up to 1.3, 1.5 over the course of the last hour, so definitely worth watching there. Let's go back to that velocity scan. I want to take a look at that again. Again, not seeing much here, but as we look at it, potentially here is the area that I might be looking at because that's where that notch was on radar, and we're seeing maybe some of the greens try to swirl in there with the red. Again, it's not much, but the other thing I do want to point out though is when you see these brighter colors, those of course are very gusty winds up to about 40, 50 miles per hour. So that's the other concern with this storm is the large hail, the gusty winds as this continues to move off to the east. Right there, 35, maybe as high as 40 miles per hour. At times. I think primarily the reason for the extension of the severe thunderstorm warning has a lot more to do with the hail than the wind situation right now, and so that's why we showed you that inch hail. Even the rainfall rates there as you get towards the southern part of the storm aren't necessarily super strong. So if you go ahead and put this back in motion, I want to show you this storm has taken a general weakening trend over the last several scans. You saw those brighter pinks and purples just on a few scans ago, but now have kind of diminished down to those deeper burgundies, which would indicate very heavy rainfall. So that's the other problem that we're dealing with, right? See, this flash flood warning is in effect until 2:30 for northern Coryell County. We've seen a lot of rain. We saw a lot of rain yesterday. We've seen a lot of rain for the past 3 weeks. We've seen a lot of rain all spring, and so we've been dealing with all of that. And now that we're getting more heavy rain moving through the area, that's why we have this flash flood warning in effect here for the next hour or so. And I did see earlier in the National Weather Service chat the flash flood warning that was further back towards Hamilton County and western Coryell County. That one did get that considerable moniker, meaning the flooding there is fairly significant. So that is something to watch out for. So I do want to show you this. Over the last couple of scans, we are seeing that storm try to make a little bit of that right turn. It it is moving mostly east, but also just a little bit southeast as well. So as this continues on its track, if it follows where its current track right now, it will move into northern Bell County towards Troy. If it does make a little bit more of a right turn, this could then clip Temple as it continues along its track there about 2 o'clock, as we'll be looking in the I-35 corridor is right around 2 o'clock. So that is what we're keeping an eye on right now, and of course we'll continue to keep an eye on it. For now, I'll let you get back to the radar. If you have any questions, of course, and you're on our Facebook Live on 6 News, on our 6 News Facebook page, if you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask. We are here to answer throughout the day. But for now, that is your update here at about 1:20. We'll likely be back on. If anything changes, of course, we'll jump on, but we'll be back regardless by about 1:45 with another update. Hey friends, thanks for staying with us out there this morning and this afternoon across Central Texas as we continue to deal, excuse me, with an extended bout with severe weather here over the last couple of days. Of course, we all know what happened last night, still cleaning up from that, of course, across the city of Temple. And not just in Temple, but if you draw a line back to the northwest, this storm came across parts of Pidcoke, Flat, came through the Fort Cavazos area before eventually making it down to Temple. And of course, Temple is where we're seeing kind of the worst of the cleanup right now. So the storm that we're dealing with this afternoon right now has moved all the way from Evant, Adamsville, all the way now into McLennan County. There between Moody and Crawford. We were kind of watching it to see if it would make a little bit of a right turn, and it did for a second, but now it's kind of resumed that easterly track, so it's going to move in across north of Moody here, where you see the worst of it, the deepest part of that core there. The severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for another about 13 minutes. The reason we have the severe thunderstorm warning in place is, of course, because of the threat of large hail within this storm. We've seen this storm produce up to about 1.5 inches in diameter with the hail back when it was back towards Evant and Adamsville. Now, as it's moving into McLennan County, not nearly as strong, went through a long kind of weakening process, but over the last scan or two, we're starting to see it pick back up in intensity. And as we've said it before, we've said it a few times over the course of this spring, these storms have a tendency to pulse on us, which is kind of go down and then come back up, go down, come back up. And that's exactly what you're seeing. And that's exactly what we saw last night as that storm came down towards Temple. We saw it go through a little bit of an extended weakening, and then before it got to I-35, which I-35 is usually the spot where these storms kind of fizzle out. And we were just talking about this a few minutes ago in the studio. We don't necessarily usually see the storms cross I-35 with the same intensity as they see out in, say, Lampasas and San Saba counties. So that's what we're dealing with right now. You can see the severe thunderstorm warning was just extended. I know it's not quite 2 o'clock yet, but they went ahead and extended it earlier. This is now in effect till 2:30 and now includes parts of Waco, Golinda, Marlin, Lott, so Falls County, McLennan County, and again, the far northern reaches of Bell County there as well. So this storm is moving off to the east and only about 20 to 25 miles per hour, which is unfortunate because that just means the slower it goes, the more rain it can drop. And right now we are rain heavy. We definitely need to see that come to an end. So we're going to continue watching this storm as it crosses I-35 here. Still severe, still has that warning on it through 2:30, and we're going to keep an eye on it here for the potential for large hail and those gusty winds as it continues to track west to east across the area.